right? Got me on one today. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been trying to chill, pissed. All right, so yesterday, that's how pissed I am. I can't talk right. Yesterday, I was going to get my car did, right? Brakes, lines leaking, everything, right? So, I go on Craigslist, find a deal, took it to a car shop, had it towed out there. Some white dudes. I'm cool with the white dudes. But okay, so they was like, yeah, you need your brake line fixed, but I just can't do one. I gotta do all, how they do. So then they quoted me a price, and I was like, you know what, that's actually not a bad price. They all rusted out. You know what I'm saying? I do understand when things start breaking down in the old cars, then something else breaks. So I was like, mm, I could see getting all four of them done. They mentioned a great price. I wasn't gonna get them done cheaper. I had the cash. I was like, go for it, right? So I'm sitting there waiting until they get started. They don't start until they get the parts. That took like, 2 hours later. Anyway, so my man gets to working on it, and then he couldn't bleed the brakes. Yada yada yada. So then they like, you need calipers. I'm like, nah, I'm not for that. So they was like, yeah, we get somebody else to look for it. Then the owner walks in, right? The owner is a foreigner from East something, East. You know what I'm saying? Some desert somewhere. I don't know. India. I don't know where he's from. But he's a foreigner and he's in there. He comes in fresh. I've been there since 9 o'clock. It's freaking 4 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want my car done. My car ain't done. I'm really not trying to, hear nothing. So finally, I'm just like, you know what? Just cash me out. I'll go ahead and, beat it. I'll pay what I owe and I'll get up out of here. So I'm in there with him because he's like, yeah, you need calipers. I'm just like, nah, we're not going for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole bottom is rusty. So I do need that stuff, but I was like, not today. I'll wait till I get some more cash because I don't like to slip below a certain number, right? I like to have that emergency money just in case, I get into it. You know what I'm saying? Bail me out money. I got my own, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Or just, anything. So I was like, nah, I was going to work a couple days, bring some cash in and then do it. So we in his office and a black woman walks in. Now I was there when her sister, she was like, okay, she was like, excuse me, I didn't tell my sister to bring my car here. But she bring it here and, I ain't tell her to do it. So I automatically knew it was a problem. So dude is behind the desk, doing my thing, writing me up or whatever. And he's like, I'll deal with you in a minute. And she was like, yeah, because I ain't really here. This automatically, this is going to be an issue. So it's not my business, right? So I'm like, okay. So he cashes me out, but he's like, I'm going to have somebody else look at your, rotors before, and he told another mechanic, go ahead and look at his rotor. That mechanic didn't even, I mean, he looked at it once. He was like, you need new rotors or whatever. I was just like, he didn't even do what the dude told him to do, which is try another trick to get the rotors popped. He was like, nah. So I just like, okay, whatever. So I'm out there waiting until he's supposed to do that. The black woman and the foreign dude come out, and she was like, my sister, bring this over here. I ain't even tell her to, yada yada yada. Her car is parked in the bay, halfway in the bay and halfway out. So what he does is he was like, he was so he tells her he was like, she was like, did you do a diagnostic? He was like, yeah, it cost $70 for the diagnostic. She was like, okay, so let me see the diagnostic. Because he was like, it's going to be $2,500 to get your engine fixed. So she's like, well, let me see the diagnostic. He shows her just a piece of paper that didn't have much on it. She's like, this ain't no diagnostic. When I get a diagnostic, from AutoZone, I get a whole diagnostic tells me what's wrong with it to explain, which is very true. He didn't put it on a machine like he said he did. What he did was he took some liquid, put it on some part of the car. It turned another color. He was like, that's $70. Honey was like, Like, what did you do? And then he showed her what she was like, I'm not paying you $70 for that. So she gets in her car, keys in the car. She's trying to, get up out of it. She's arguing with him like, no, I'm not paying you that. He's like, it's $70. So he's standing in the door. And she's, trying to put the key in, like to get up out of there. And they're arguing back and forth. And she's sitting in the car. He's standing over, pointing at her, done pulled half of the garage down on half the car, everything. I'm standing right there. I'm watching the whole thing like it's not my business, but I'm watching the whole thing. At this point in time, he shouldn't even wrestle with her. He should have just called the police, like, I'm gonna call the police on you. No, he's arguing with the girl and he's pointing at her and then he slaps her. What? He slaps the girl right in front of me. Man, I grabbed that dude up so quick. I was like, I was like, you just slapped that girl. No, I didn't. I was like, yes, you did. I just saw you. I saw the whole thing. I even heard the slap. She was like, you just slapped me. Now mind you, both of them was in the wrong for the way they was handling business. I didn't jump on him because she was in the right. Exactly. They was handling business wrong. And I was with her on she shouldn't be paying for that because that was not $70 for that. That's not a diagnostic. But the way she was just gonna just leave, nah, there's gonna be friction because the man wanted his money. But the way he was handling it was definitely wrong. You have her information. You know what I'm saying? Let the cops handle it. It's gonna turn into a criminal matter. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but nonetheless, so he hit the girl, and I snatched him up, and I'm holding on to this dude, and all the mechanics come over to me plus another customer, but none of them put their damn hands on me. They was trying to convince me to let the man go. And then one black dude, younger dude, he was like, "Nah, man, that's not your business." I was like, "You don't put your hand on no black woman, but I'm tired of you foreigners coming over here thinking y'all can just treat us any god kind of way. Listen, I done said it before you. Yeah, the Asians, the in these hair shops, these dudes from Israel and whatever the is you from, y'all not gonna come over here and do that in my presence. And every time I see one of these videos, I'm like, if it happens in my presence, I'm snatching dude up, and that's exactly what the hell I did. Anyway, things got calmed down because he finally realized that you just can't come over here and just slap women around, because I had him and I held him for a minute, and he was trying to get me off of him, but I held him onto him like, listen, I'm not a small dude. I'm an older dude, but I ain't no small dude. And so he gets into it. We get into the office. I'm just, because I said, listen, I'll just pay for the girls, a little $70 whatever. So I paid for it, and some people gonna look at that like I wouldn't have paid for it. Listen, I don't like confrontation. I can't stand it, as a matter of fact, because when I get angry, I stay angry. I don't like confrontation. They were both in the wrong. I can make that $70 back. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I'm saying? The sister was talking about calling the police and her dad. It was getting ready to turn into something that it shouldn't. And it already been something that it shouldn't. So I had a simple solution, which was just I'll pay for it. And I told him, I said, look, I'll pay for it. And so he was still trying to convince me he ain't hit the girl. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, look at the camera, because there's cameras everywhere. Look at the camera, you just smacked me. Yes, you did. So I told her, I said, look, go get your dad or call the police or whatever, but leave. So she jumps in her car and leaves. She don't come back with nobody because that could have been all bad. He goes in the office, and I told him, I don't know where the F you from, because guys know I don't even talk like that. I don't know where you from, buddy, but you ain't gonna come over here slapping black women. Nah, you not. You not gonna do that. I told him I'll beat the hell out you, right here and now, in front of you, in front of everybody. I'll beat the hell out of you right now. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that I would, because I was just that angry. So, anyways, we settled that matter, cashed out, and then I got my car towed home, and it was just a long, bad day. But and another thing is, I think my neighbor had been putting marks on my car, putting these knife marks on my car, because I came outside the other day and I seen these knife marks on my car, and I had already complained about them to the rental office, but they was like, who do you think it is? But I ain't say nothing because putting eggs on my back porch, and that ain't happened for like a year. I was like, maybe it's over with. But now I think the dude is messing with my car, so now I got to confront this. See, I hate confrontation. I hate it because if I don't confront this dude, he's just going to keep going on. I gotta go tell the rental office what's happening. You if you start a fight out here, you get evicted. But I have to say something to this dude because he gonna get to a level that I just don't want to go to. And when I go there, I'm not, man. Listen, I'm gonna go all the way there. You don't touch my stuff. Now he killed my plants. He put eggs on my back porch, and I think he just killed this plant too. I have no choice but to confront this dude now, and I wanted to call him something else. See, this, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be at this level in front of my own house. Like I can't be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to. We got some new neighbors too. I don't even want to be that bad example. But when I see this dude, man, I'm just walking right up to him, man, and it's gonna be his. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if he's want to, put the marks on my car, that's gonna be it from there. But then tomorrow, I'm gonna go into the office and I'm gonna tell him what happened, and I want to, file a police report because if I take things in my own hands, it's gonna be all bad for me and for him because I know it's gonna be all bad for me. So I'm not even gonna be like, halfway doing it. I'm trying to, I'm trying to make sure he don't ever test nobody again. Cause see, he tested me. He already tested me, and I was chill about it. Like, okay, you killed my apple tree. You killed my apple tree. You know what I'm saying? And you put eggs on my porch, and I didn't even know it was you until you put out a plant like you bragging that it's you. And, I tried to, I, I tried to pray about it. I was just like, God, I can't no more. I can't listen, I can't let no grown man try to punk me, try to, and then talk about me to his woman, run around here like nah, man, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I got a situation, and I've been outside all day, in and out, waiting for this dude to come out. And he done came out and left. When I see him, I ain't got no choice but to walk up on him and just explain to him real quick. Like, nah, bro, you cut on. You used a knife to cut on my car. Like you got like there's like 9 marks on my car. You know what I'm saying? And even if he didn't do it, I'm still pissed that he killed my plant last year. So I'm just letting him know. Like if I catch you messing with especially my wheels, uh, I'm, I'm going straight in his mouth. Like I'm going straight in his mouth. I'm going straight in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going straight in his mouth. I'm not trying to explain nothing else to him. I'm gonna give him this one warning. If I catch you around my car, like nigga, don't come, see. Don't come near my car. I'm telling you point blank. Don't come near my car. Don't walk past it. Walk the other way. You know what I'm saying? Walk across the lot because I park in the same 3 spots. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something. And I ain't really like I don't like to get angry because like I said, when I get angry, I stay angry. That's just the way I am. That's why I'm always humble, and even the Bible tells you to be humble. That's why I'm a humble dude, man, because I know what anger does. Next thing you know, you in jail, you trying to call people to get you out, all because of some knucklehead, but people will test you. And my car is just something you just don't play with. It's old, but it's mine. You don't mess with another man's vehicle. You don't mess with his money, you don't mess with his woman, and you don't mess with his ride. You just don't do it. If you do, you asking to get your head knocked off. And even if he a smaller dude, he gonna find a way to come at you. And yeah, that's just that. So I just wanted to get that out. So if y'all don't hear from me for a while, Tone is in the bang. You know what I'm saying? I done been there before. It's not a big deal to me. Bologna sandwiches, Judge Judy. Let's go. 24-hour lockdown, whatever. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Let me do my little time or whatever. I done been there before. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't having this. You're not gonna mess with my car. So, I understand that you foreigners, man, and see now I go into I stopped, I stopped going to a little Asian shop, but I go in there now, be sisters in there all the time. That, the women ain't in there stealing and the Asians ain't losing their mind. And that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? But these Arab dudes, because what happened with these Arab dudes is they bought up all these stores that used to be black owned. They got all these stores that are in our neighborhoods that used to be black owned. So now you got these personalities clashing. Plus, they think that whatever they see on TV applies to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So when they see the cops, doing us wrong, and when they see, you know what I'm saying, you in our neighborhood getting our money, but you don't like us. You know what I'm saying? We even had one just move down here. He tried to look at me hard. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know what I'm saying? I just act like I ain't see him. He stared me down. I'm like, do you know? You know what staring a black man down can get you, but see, I'm not that dude to look for trouble. Then he gonna sit in his doorway and make noise, hoping I turn around. I'm just like, I'm not that dude until I'm that dude. Like what? What's popping? Like what we doing? What we got going on today? Because I've been here for 10 years. You just got here. Like what you want? You know what I'm saying? You want these hands? What we doing? Because I'm not having none of that. I'm not having none of that. So, I just got some issues with people I need to iron out. But like I said, if any of you cats on here is from another country and you run up into this country and you think you just gonna hit a black woman, you done lost your mind. If she hit you first, that's different. But if you having an argument with her and you just haul off and slap her, nah, dude. If you in my presence, you gonna catch these hands. I'm not having it. That's what the police are for. You know what I'm saying? That's what police are for. That's what the judicial system is for. That's actually what it's for. Not these road cops out here just committing all kind of atrocities against humanity. I'm talking about the police who are actually policing and doing their job the right way, not the crooked ones. The ones who are actually doing what they're supposed to. There's a difference. There's black people and there's other black people. You know what I'm saying? There's white people and you know what I'm saying? There's some cool white folks, and then there's white folks who just, they still think that slavery was a good idea. Like, what did you want? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So, anyways, I just had to get that out. But like I said, if you don't hear from me for a minute, Tone is down in Franklin County. Tone is in Franklin County. And, you know what I'm saying? Got on an orange suit, whatever, chilling on my bunk. You know what I'm saying? Listening to Judge Judy, playing cards. You know what I'm saying? Doing my time, waiting on waiting on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? That's what I'm be doing. Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry I can't see your name. Samaj. I'm sorry I can't see your name. My eyes are going bad. But yeah, I just want to, because I knew it was going to happen around me. It's so frequent. And here's the thing. Here's the ugly thing about it, though. It's so frequent that foreigners are doing this that it reaches my humble doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Like I expect, like, cause I couldn't believe it when I'm watching it on World Star. Like, did this Asian dude just really call off and? Psh? So I'm like, nah, we not doing that. Like, did this Arab dude just smack a? This white dude just go and just cold cock a? Where they do that at? Shoot, you notice how they do it, and there's no black man around, and then when they do it, Then when they do it, you have a bunch of brothers going want to close the shop down. But this dude did it right in front of me as if I wasn't even standing there. I'm 6'2". I'm 280. I'm hard to miss. You gonna slap this woman right in front of me? I, I looked at and the thing about it was he was in shock that I reacted. He was in shock. He was looking at me like, oh, I didn't do it. I was like, yeah, bro, I saw you do it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope the sister presses charges against him because the whole thing was on camera. And you can't deny the camera. You know what I'm saying? The whole event is on camera. You know what I'm saying? They will raise a hand to a woman, but never to a man. Hey, let me tell you something, Bernard. Let me tell you something, bro. That dude's reaction was useless because he was trying to get my hands off of him, but I had this dude pinned up against her car, up against because the door was open because he was in between the door, so I had him pinned where he couldn't move. And I was letting him know. I was letting him know. No, I saw you hit her. You know what I'm saying? And all right, go on about your business. Go on about your business. Yeah, fly. You really want to bite the crap out of me, don't you? And I was like, nah, I saw her, bro. You're not just gonna hit this woman and then act like I didn't see you. And that thing is a tenacious little something, ain't he? You hurt too. Trying to bite the heck out of me. I ain't never seen a fly like that. So yeah, he was really trying to explain to himself. He was like, "Nah, I had my finger, and she pushed my finger, but I saw him slap her. Like I saw his hand, and I heard the whole thing." And she was like, "You just slapped me." You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, she could have been, she could have handled that in a better way, but she didn't. Oh, I'm gonna kill this fly. She could have handled that in a better way, and he could have handled that in a better way. But that ain't what they chose to do. So he got hemmed up. Now bust it. So I call my bank, right? Because I should have two charges on my bank, right? So the charge that I paid for, what happened to her, because I paid her $70 so she could leave. You know what I'm saying? So I paid the $70. When I looked at the charge on my account, I was like, okay, I just got hit with a $70 charge, right? I expected that. Then I expected the $343 charge, right? So I haven't got hit with that charge yet. So I'm thinking it's going to hit tomorrow morning, the bank or whatever. But I'm but I'm gonna say this because it was Saturday, so it should have hit. But I'm gonna say this. Okay, here's the thing about the banks. If the amount is over a certain amount, they question it, and then they might even call me and say, "Hey, did you pay for this at this spot?" They do that sometimes, just so they know that they're not getting ripped off, especially if it's a high dollar amount constantly. So if it's 200, 300, 400, and at different places randomly, they'll freeze the whole thing, and then they'll wait and call you and say, "Did you spend this money?" And if you say yes, I did, then they'll go ahead with it. So so I'm waiting to see what the bank does because I haven't got hit with the $300 charge yet. It's 300 and like 50 whatever uh, bucks, and I haven't got hit with it yet. And I had the money in there, so I'm not really worried about that. But I'm just like, shoot, God might have stepped up and blessed the brother. and don't think for 1 minute that I'm gonna call him like, yo, because they did a shoddy job. You know what I'm saying? My stuff is still leaking. My car, I still can't drive my car. I can't drive that car. I have no brakes whatsoever. That car does not stop. In order to get that car to even drift to a stop, I have to put it in drive, then neutral, then drive, then neutral. It has no brakes. It's worse now than it was when I took it there. So, you foreigners, man, you put your hands on a woman in front of me, I'm gonna put my hands on you. I'll let you know that right now. I'm not going to ask you no question. If I see the whole thing, nah, if you don't know how to use the justice system, then you either learn or you get the hell out of America. That's it. That's your only choice. All right, I'm done with you. I'm killing you. Anyways, I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.